In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use diagrams.net as a complete beginner step by step. We'll break everything down into simple, easy to follow steps so you can start creating professional diagrams, flowcharts, and visual workflows without getting overwhelmed. Here's what you can expect from this video. First, we'll set up diagrams.net, choose where to save our files, and create our first blank diagram. Next, we'll explore the interface, learn how shape libraries work, and discover the different tools available for building diagrams. Then, we'll add shapes to the canvas, connect them together, and create a simple workflow using drag and drop functionality. After that, we'll learn how to move, resize, rotate, delete, and manage multiple shapes to keep our diagrams organized. And finally, we'll export and share our diagrams in different formats so they're ready to use in presentations, documentation, or team projects. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started. Draw.io is one of the most popular free diagramming tools available today. It's used by students, business professionals, developers, project managers, and teams that need a simple way to create visual diagrams. To get started, visit the Draw.io website and click the Start button on the homepage. Before opening the editor, you'll need to choose a template. This is where you can choose how you want to begin your project. Diagrams.net provides a large collection of templates that can save you time. You'll find templates for flowcharts, software design, business processes, network diagrams, mind maps, organizational charts, and many other use cases. Templates are useful because they provide a ready-made structure that you can customize instead of building everything from scratch. However, since we're learning the fundamentals, we'll start with a blank diagram. Enter a file name, select Blank Diagram, and click Create. If you're saving locally, choose a folder on your computer and click Save. You'll now enter the main diagrams.net workspace. At first glance, the interface might look a little overwhelming because there are many tools available. Fortunately, most of your work will happen in just a few key areas. The largest section in the middle of the screen is the drawing canvas. This is where you'll build and organize your diagrams. On the left side, you'll find shape libraries. These contain all the elements you'll use to create diagrams. Across the top, you'll see menus and toolbar options for editing, formatting, saving, and exporting your work. Let's begin by exploring the shape libraries. By default, you'll usually see the general library. This contains commonly used shapes such as rectangles, circles, diamonds, triangles, and arrows. These shapes alone are enough to build basic flowcharts and process diagrams. If you need more specialized elements, click More Shapes near the bottom of the left panel. This opens a menu containing additional libraries for specific purposes. For example, you'll find dedicated libraries for flowcharts, UML diagrams, network infrastructure, business processes, user interface wireframes, electrical diagrams, and much more. Simply enable the libraries you need and click Apply. The selected libraries will appear in the left panel, giving you access to additional shapes and symbols. Now, let's add our first shape to the canvas. The simplest method is to click and drag a shape from the library onto the drawing area. Let's drag a rectangle onto the canvas. Once it's placed, click inside the shape and type a label. For this example, we'll call it Start. Every shape in diagrams.net can contain text, making it easy to describe processes, decisions, actions, or other elements within your diagram. Next, let's add another shape. One option is to drag another shape from the library, but diagrams.net provides a faster method. Hover your mouse over the shape you just created. You'll notice arrows appearing around the top, bottom, left, and right sides. These directional arrows are extremely useful because they allow you to quickly expand a diagram. Hover over one of the arrows and you'll see shape suggestions appear. Click one of the suggested shapes. Diagrams.net automatically places the new shape on the canvas and connects it to the original shape with a line. This dramatically speeds up diagram creation because you don't have to manually draw every connection yourself. Continue adding a few more shapes to create a simple workflow. For example, you might have a start shape, a process step, a decision point, and an end step. You'll quickly see how diagrams begin taking shape using only a few simple actions. Now let's discuss moving shapes around the canvas. If you want to reposition a shape, simply click and drag it to a new location. One of the best things about diagrams.net is that connection lines automatically adjust as you move shapes. This means you don't have to reconnect everything every time you reorganize your layout. As diagrams become larger, this feature saves a tremendous amount of time. Next, let's look at resizing shapes. Select a shape and you'll see handles appear around its edges. Drag these handles inward to make the shape smaller or outward to make it larger. Resizing is useful when you need additional space for text or want certain elements to stand out more than others. If you need to rotate a shape, select it and locate the rotation handle near the corner. Click and drag the handle to rotate the object. While rotation isn't always necessary for flowcharts, it can be useful when creating custom diagrams, layouts, or illustrations. Now let's look at formatting. A diagram that's well formatted is much easier to understand than one that uses random colors and styles. When you select a shape, you'll notice formatting options on the right side of the screen. These options allow you to change fill colors, border colors, line styles, fonts, text alignment, shadows, and other visual properties. For example, you might use green for starting points, blue for process steps, yellow for decisions, and red for ending points. Using color consistently helps viewers understand the structure of your diagram much faster. You can also customize connection lines. Click on a connector line and you'll see options for adjusting thickness, color, arrow styles, and routing behavior. Some diagrams benefit from straight lines while others work better with curved or angled connections. Experiment with different styles to find what works best for your project. Another important skill is selecting multiple objects. As your diagrams become more complex, you'll often need to move several shapes together. To select multiple shapes, hold down the Shift key while clicking each object. Once selected, you can move, resize, format, or delete them all at the same time. This saves a significant amount of effort when working with larger diagrams. You can also click and drag your mouse to create a selection box around multiple objects. Everything inside the selection box becomes selected automatically. This is often the fastest method when working with many shapes. After selecting multiple objects, you can group them together. Grouping allows several elements to behave as a single object. For example, if a section of your diagram contains multiple related shapes, grouping them allows you to move the entire section without disturbing the internal layout. This becomes especially useful for large business process diagrams and organizational charts. Now let's talk about searching for shapes. With so many libraries available, manually browsing through categories can sometimes be slow. Fortunately, diagrams.net includes a search feature. Simply type the name of a shape or symbol into the search bar. The software will quickly display matching results from available libraries. This can save a lot of time when you're working on specialized diagrams. As you build diagrams, it's important to save your work regularly. If you're using local storage, click Save periodically to preserve your changes. If you're connected to cloud storage, diagrams.net can make managing files across multiple devices even easier. Now let's look at exporting and sharing your finished diagram. When your work is complete, click File and then Export As. You'll see several export options available. PNG and JPEG are ideal for sharing diagrams as images. PDF is commonly used for reports, presentations, documentation, and printing. SVG is useful when you need scalable graphics that remain sharp regardless of size. Choose the format that best fits your needs and export the file. Another useful sharing option is Export as URL. This generates a special link containing a copy of your diagram. When someone opens the link, they can view the diagram without affecting the original version. This can be a convenient way to share work with clients, teammates, or stakeholders who only need viewing access. And that's how to use Draw.io as a complete beginner. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.